perspective is Pete Hegseth, and you know him, of course, as CEO of Concerned Veterans for America, and he did 3 tours of duty for this country in Iraq and Afghanistan. Pete, that line, he was skeptical, if not outright convinced, that the strategy in Afghanistan, strategy men like you went and fought and pursued, would fail, and yet he ordered it anyway.
Yeah, it's infuriating. If true, and Secretary Gates is as credible as anybody, to say that he believed from the outset it would fail, it's a gut punch to everyone they sent and those families and those who served and sacrificed to say, I wasn't quite sure whether this would succeed, but I sent you anyway. And the first clue on that...
But it's not even, I wasn't quite sure whether it would succeed.
I knew it was deemed to fail.
Be sure. It's that he believed, he was skeptical that it would succeed and actually may have been totally convinced that it was going to fail, and yet off you go anyway.
Megyn, the first clue on that was that West Point speech. You talked about, it played where he said, we're going to send 30,000 additional. What it didn't play is the next sentence where it said, and we're going to set a deadline for withdrawal at that same moment. There's no military commander that would advise a president to say, let's surge with 30,000 troops and then tell the enemy we're going to leave at the same time. That's a political calculation that we want to end this war as opposed to win it or finish it. And that's the larger narrative on that. Same with Iraq. The article indicts him on Iraq and Hillary Clinton on believing it was politically advantageous to oppose the Iraq surge.
He reports, Bob Gates reports that he observed a conversation between Mrs. Clinton and Mr. Obama in which she came out explicitly and said, the reason I opposed the troop surge in Iraq was for political reasons.
Political gain.
And that he seemed to agree that he had taken the same position, although that's less clear.
It's less clear, but Hillary Clinton directly said, I had to compete with you in the Iowa caucuses, and therefore I had to say I was against the Iraq surge. Purely political, politically craven. The president seemed to agree with that.
How does it make you feel as somebody who's actually, unlike most of us, actually gone out there and fought for the country?
No, it's outrageous. And I was an advocate for the Iraq surge, believing that we could turn the tide. Because how we finish wars matters. It's not just about should we have gone in the first place or not. We're there. Do we end it and finish it, or do we see now, like we do in Fallujah, black flags of Al-Qaeda flying over those towns because we wanted to end it and not finish it? The same indictment is apt in Afghanistan. We're going to see the same conclusions in 2014 because this president, and we saw it from Secretary Gates' words in this book, and we'll see more when the book is revealed, was interested in ending it, not finishing it. And that's the biggest indictment you could have of a commander-in-chief. You and I can talk about, oh, I support the troops, but not the war. Not a commander-in-chief. If you support the troops, you have to support their mission. And in this case,
that's what he said,
undermining
that he did support the troops. He also says, Mr. Gates says, that he agreed with the president's strategy, although he had doubts about the president's frame of mind. Pete, good to see you.